Ohio dinners used to mean calm. Roast chicken, cheap Cabernet. My son's bad jokes. Tonight the fork hit the plate like a gavel. Clink. Hum of an old fridge. Fluorescent buzz. We don't need another mouth to feed, Dad. He said it like he was approving a budget cut. Ashley didn't look up from her phone. Ashley, scrolling. Congrats on whatever. But retirement isn't a personality. Are you contributing or not? I just told them I'd filed my retirement paperwork. 40 years at Whitman Dynamics. My hands still smelled like machine oil and cafeteria coffee. Me, even. Measured. I've earned the right to rest. The mortgage is paid. The will is current. I'm not a burden. There's lookin' stateds. TYLER manager voice. Performative calm. Rest on whose dime? This is my house to manage now. Boundaries, Dad. Ever. Boundaries. Funny word coming from a man who still uses my Costco card. Me. I still cover the property tax from my bank account. You know that. Ashley, eyes up, cool. Which bank account? Because we don't see those statements. Transparency is healthy. The gaslighting wears the costume of concern. Enablers nod while a narcissist rewrites the past. TYLer, louder. Look, budget reality. There's a janitor opening at Whitman. Monday, 7 amperes. You'll take it. Me, slow. You want me to clean floors at the company I helped build? Tyler shrugs. Honest work. No shame unless you refuse and expect us to carry you. They won. He said, us, but he meant me. Ashley's phone lit. A text preview flashed. On-screen text. Ashley Tyler. We need his pension. If he plays dumb, we leverage the will. There's Alf. And they're due. They forgot I can read upside down. They forgot I taught them to read it all. Me quiet. Whitman Dynamics exists because Henry Whitman had a check from me when no one else believed. You know that story. Ashley smiles, without warmth. Cute founder myth. But if you had real money, why the discount shoes, Doug? This 5 daysn't. N fried. Because kindness isn't weakness, and modesty isn't poverty. But try explaining that to people who keep score with other people's balance sheets. Tyler final. Decision made. Monday. I'll email Henry's assistant now. SFX. iPhone keyboard taps. Whoosh of a sent email. There's no did it. The kitchen went dead quiet. The roast went cold. The light hummed like a headache. Me plain. Okay. Monday. Was now. I let the words sit there. Acceptance thin as paper, sharp as a blade. SFX. Chairs scrape. Streaming TV clicks on in the living room. Is there one? They moved on to Netflix and nachos. I stacked plates, rinsed evidence of a normal evening. The house settled like a tired animal. Cut later. Hallway. Low light. Fermite diff. Drywall is thinner than trust. Voices travel. Tyler muffled. Through wall. 1 week. If he balks, we move him. There's that nursing home in Hilliard. Ashley. Hushed. Quick. Grab his pension. And if he hit accounts, we argue mental decline. I've got templates. VPART gone. There it was. The red line. Elder abuse with a polite accent. SFX. Pone buzz in my palm. Thought it. I opened my notes app and typed a single line. Document everything. Then I tapped the icon for my Ring doorbell. SFX. App open. Soft playback chime. Vofer. The mic near the front porch had picked up earlier chatter. Lawn talk. Budget talk. Me talk. Ring clip. Tinny. Ashley. Deadline. 7 days. He'll fold. He hates conflict. Tyler. And if not, we lock down the accounts. I'll help him log in. Arcane. Written evidence doesn't always look like signed confessions. Sometimes it's a lazy sentence, said too close to a camera. Cut my room. Lamp click. Manila folder slides open. There's Bective the bet. In the top drawer, the will updated last spring. Beneficiary clauses. Medical POA naming me, not them. In the fire safe, bank statements, 2 accounts public, 3 they've never seen. I laid them on the bed like cards at a quiet poker table. Me, to self. Was I enabling their toxic behavior by being too nice? Vortha. Yes. Because kindness without boundaries is just an open tab. Because guilt is a leash if you let it be. SFX. Email ding. VO. Tyler's message arrived like a memo to a subordinate. Email subject. Next steps divided by household budget. Tyler email. Voiceover. Dad confirm you'll start Monday. 7 amperes. M. I'll handle HR. Also, forward your bank login so I can align autopay. We need visibility. VO. Visibility. Another costume. Another script. Me typing, steady. Confirmed. Monday 7 amperes. M-Bank access will remain private. SFX. Sent. Swoosh. Argo Irzo. Ashley followed with a text. Sugar-coated threat. On-screen text. Ashley, me. Just trying to help, Doug. If you stonewall, it looks like you're hiding assets. Courts don't like that. Well, things raft. Courts like documents. So do I. Me text back. I'll provide what's legally required, nothing more. SFX. Pone lock. Click of a small safe door. I slid the will into a rigid envelope. I snapped a photo of the envelope's timestamp. Written evidence builds brick by brick. You don't raise your voice, you raise your file. Cut kitchen again. Dishwasher hum. Clock ticks. To have Mary. Here's what you learn after 4 decades in American factories. People who are loud about power rarely have any. People who are quiet about ownership do. Me to camera in my head, to you. I won't be your freeloader. I won't be your scapegoat. I won't be your storyline. SFX. iMessage ping new group thread pops up. Family plan. When. Tyler group, text. Reminder. Dad's first day Monday. Ashley will collect his pension details this weekend. ME group text. No. Ashley typing bubble. Pauses. Resumes. No isn't collaborative. ME group text. No is a boundary. VO. The bubbles vanished. Silence again, the kind that says, this isn't over. SFX. House settles. Wind outside. Distant train. To have a Jew. I turned off the kitchen light and let the darkness hold the shape of their words. Nursing home. Accounts. Pension. 3 nails. 1 coffin if I climbed in. I won't. Me. Low. Decided. Document. Don't debate. Nover Waladard. Monday. I'll show up exactly on time, just not for the job they chose. And when the truth steps into the light, it won't raise its voice. It'll carry numbers, signatures, and a memory longer than theirs. SFX. Page sleeve slides. Envelope seals. Phone camera shutter. VO button. Kindness stays. Enabling ends. And the next sound you hear will be the sound of a gavel, real or metaphorical, finding the right table. Drywall doesn't keep out weather or truth. Past midnight, the house exhaled, and their voices came through like radio from the next room. Fuzzy. Cruel. Clear enough to cut. SFX. House settling. HVAC hum. Distant dog bark. TYL air. Muffled, through wall. 1 week. If he fights us, we move him. Hilliard's got openings. Ashley. Whisper. Sharp. Yeah. Nursing home. We pull his pension to cover it. If he hides accounts, we push diminished capacity. I've got a template letter. VO. There it was, the forbidden phrase with a smile. Nursing home. And its shadow, financial exploitation dressed up as care. In America, that's called elder abuse. Some do it with fists. Some do it with spreadsheets. SFX. Phone unlock. Light taps. I opened the Ring app. Earlier that evening, they'd taken a call on the front porch, 10 feet from the doorbell mic. People forget. Silicon remembers. SFX. Ring app. Playback chime. Tinny ambiance. Ring clip Tinny. Ashley. He never pushes back. Give him a deadline. 7 days. Max. Second to 9 bread. Tyler. I'll help him log in and simplify his bank accounts. He won't even notice. Ashley. If he does, we talk safety. Cognitive decline. Judges love safety. Gaslighting loves 2 words. For your safety. You can triple lock a cage and call it a hug. SFX. Notes app open. Keyboard. I wrote 3 bullets in my notes. Export Ring audio cloud and thumb drive. Screenshot group texts. Secure the will. POA. Bank statements. SFX. Desk lamp click. Drawer slide. Paper rustle. I laid out my life like evidence. The will notarized last April. Medical POA, naming me no, not them. A neat stack of bank statements. 2 they knew, 3 they didn't. Privacy isn't secrecy, it's a boundary. SFX. Soft footsteps in hallway. Fade. Bedroom door whisper. Their voices moved from barbed to bored. Then a text buzzed against my palm. On-screen text Tyler, me, 12:41 a.m. Need your online logins by Saturday. I'll centralize bills. Don't make this hard. Narcissists cast themselves as heroes in the heist. Don't make this hard is code for hand me the keys. Me, text back. Not sharing logins, I'll handle my accounts. On-screen text, Ashley, Tyler, preview on my lock screen. He's stalling. If he refuses, we escalate. I can email Dr. Patel for a concern note. Wants. Weaponizing a doctor's name is a classic enabler. Move, borrow authority, launder a threat into concern. SFX. Email whoosh my send. I emailed myself the ring file. Subject line. Household conversation 12. 41 amperes. M archive. BCC to a backup address. Written evidence is a quiet avalanche. One flake at a time. Cut kitchen. Dark. Fridge light pops when opened. I poured water, listened to the house. Somewhere between the sink and the clock, I heard my mother's voice. Be kind, but don't be naive. I'd spent decades confusing the two. That ends here. SFX. Phone camera shutter document scans. I scanned the will and POA into a locked folder. Labeled the files like a man who expects an audience. Will, Bennett, 2024, notarized. PDF, POA, medical, Bennett. Active, PDF. Even a judge appreciates a tidy desktop. SFX. Subtle buzz. New email arrives. Email subject. Monday logistics. Tyler me. Tyler email voiceover. Clipped. Confirm 7 amperes. M arrival at Whitman. HR needs your SSN, birth date, and previous employer details. Send tonight. A middle manager's prayer. Data first, dignity later. Me typing. Steady. See you at 7 amperes. M will provide to HR directly. No bait. No extra. Boundaries are made of short sentences. SFX. Calendar app open. Tap tap. Reminder set. Vox. I set a reminder for 6:30 amperes. M. Not to mop floors, but to carry a different bucket into that building. Receipts. Cut hallway again. Voices return. Closer. TYLR. Muffled. If he plays stubborn, we lock him out of the accounts. I'll say we're preventing fraud. Ashley. Whisper. Exactly. He'll embarrass me at Henderson if he drifts around the house. We need to move fast. There it was, their fear. Not my comfort. Her reputation. His image. Narcissists are loud about respect while quietly stealing it. SFX. Zip of a document pouch. Safe beep. Safe lock thunk. I sealed originals in a fireproof pouch. Duplicates to cloud and a thumb drive labeled photos because thieves look for money, not memories. SFX. Browser tabs opening soft clicks. I opened 3 tabs and let them sit like loaded questions. Ohio Elder Abuse Statute. Financial exploitation. How to document capacity without weaponization. Civil standby police request. Franklin County. VO. I wasn't going to stage a fight. I was going to stage a record. SFX. Text tone family thread pings again. On-screen text. Ashley family. Weekend plan. Tyler and I will review Dad's pension options. Better rates if we consolidate under one login. Me family text. Do not touch my pension. Not negotiable. Tyler typing. Stops. Starts again. Dad, you're being difficult. This is for your future. He had a not a crew fling. Me. My future was funded before you learned to tie a tie. The dots vanished. I could hear a door shut down the hall, frustration pacing in socks. SFX. Clock ticking. Then quiet. VO. People ask where the line is. It's here. When help comes with a key to your house and a siphon to your life. When safety means silence. When family means forfeit. SFX. Ring save confirmation chime. I saved the ring clip to 3 places. Named it like a headline. Nursing home. Pension. Lockouts. WAV. Truth doesn't need adjectives. It needs a timestamp. Cut bedroom. Nightstand lamp off. Phone face down. I lay back and let the ceiling tell stories. Monday would be an intersection. Their arrogance, my patience, and a lobby with marble floors that echo when a mop hits the ground. They want a show of control. I'll give them a seminar on ownership. Me, low, decisive. Document, don't debate, no more enabling. Thin walls helped me hear them. Thick files will make them hear me. Morning came in grayscale. The coffee tasted like decisions. I stared at 3 stacks on my table, the will, POA, bank statements, and finally asked the question out loud. Me, to self. Was I enabling their toxic behavior by being too nice? The rectity? Yes. I fed the story where I'm the easy dad. The enabler who picks up tabs and bites his tongue. Kindness without boundaries is a blank check. They kept caching it. SFX, phone unlock, calendar tap. I typed, attorney elder abuse divided by financial exploitation, Columbus. The top 3 names loaded. I picked the one with case summaries that read like rescue missions. Olivia Pierce, Esquire, SFX, dial tone. Call connect. Olivia calm, clipped, confident. Pierce law. Olivia speaking. Me as not. Name's Mark Bennett. I need to talk boundaries, bank accounts, and a family that thinks nursing home is a budget line. Olivia, no hesitation. Come in at 11. Bring documents. Bring any written evidence. We'll build a wall they can't pretty word their way through. Whose his way then? I like lawyers who speak architecture. I printed the ring transcript, clipped it to a cover sheet. Timeline of statements. Ray, pension divided by nursing home. SFX, printer were, stapler click. Zip of document pouch. I set a clean table. Will, Bennett, 2024, notarized. PDF. POA medical Bennett active, PDF. Account, summaries. Q2, 2025, PDF. Public. Investment. Statements. Retirement. Accounts. PDF. Private. Nursing home. Pension. Lockouts. Wave plus transcript. Cut drive to Columbus. Turn signal. Wiper sweep once. Olivia's office was glass, plants, and zero fluff. She shook my hand like a promise. Olivia, tell me the worst sentence they said. Juster, me. We pull his pension, move him to a nursing home. If he hides accounts, we push diminished capacity. Olivia nods, opens laptop. In Ohio, that's the start of a financial exploitation play. Here's what we'll do. Typing. Step 1. No shared logins. Ever. You can provide read-only statements if a court requires, but no credentials. Step 2. We document capacity proactively. I'll refer you for a clean capacity evaluation neutral clinician, short form so they can't weaponize concern. Step 3. We send a cease and desist to your son and daughter-in-law regarding interference with your banking and pension. He's Selview Cafe. Step 4. If they escalate, we file for a civil protection order under elder abuse statutes. You also have a right to request a civil standby if you need to retrieve property without drama. Me steady. I don't want a war. I want a record. Olivia, half smiles. Records win wars without you raising your voice. She slid a 1-page script across the desk. Boundary language in 42 words. Olivia. Reading. From now on, all financial matters remain private. Do not request my logins, pension details, or medical information. Any necessary communications will go through my attorney, Olivia Pierce. Further pressure will be documented and treated as financial exploitation. Practice it. Send it once by email. Screenshot their replies. Do not argue in text threads. Me. They'll call me ungrateful. Gaslighting is their second language. Olivia. Good. Gaslighting is loud on paper. The louder they get, the stronger your file. SFX. Keyboard taps she drafts email. This Circin Vol. Subject line. Boundaries and financial privacy. My name, today's date, her signature block with the Ohio bar number. Clean. Surgical. Olivia. Also, when did you last update your revocable living trust? Me. Never set one. Olivia, matter of fact. Then we fix that. Your house, accounts, and the will should harmonize. Trust prevents helpful relatives from playing landlord with your roof. I'll coordinate with an estate colleague fast track. I didn't come for comfort. I left with a blueprint. Cut parking lot. Phone dings. Family thread lights up. On-screen text, Tyler family. Weekend reminder. Dad, bring your checkbook and pension statements to the kitchen table. We'll consolidate. ME opens a new email to Tyler and Ashley CC Olivia. Subject: Boundaries and financial privacy. Body reading, as VO. Effective immediately. Do not request my logins, pension details, or medical information. Any necessary communications will go through my attorney, Olivia Pierce, CC Ed. Further pressure will be documented and treated as financial exploitation. Section 9. Mark Bennett. SFX. Send whoosh. Vofer. Seconds later, Ashley tried a softer mask. On-screen text: Ashley, me. Doug, this is toxic. We're family. Lawyers make things ugly. Me, text back. What made it ugly was nursing home and pension. Boundaries are cleanup. TYLR email reply all. Brittle. Dad, you're overreacting. We're trying to help. This is embarrassing. Olivia reply all. Crisp. Going forward, contact my office. Do not request or manipulate access to Mr. Bennett's bank accounts or pension. This correspondence is preserved. You could feel the temperature drop through the screen. Someone once told me power is volume. They were wrong. Power is documentation, with a deadline. SFX. Calendar ding. The Ofgund. Olivia's assistant slotted me for a same-day clinic visit. Capacity screening, 15 minutes, 2 pages, a stamp that says, "Don't try that angle." Cut small clinic room. Pen on paper. Check marks. There you not, Profik. I named the president, counted backwards, drew a clock. It felt insulting and perfect at the same time. Clinician. Warm. Cognitive screening is normal. Report will be in your portal this afternoon. Where present. I walked out lighter. Not because I needed their approval, but because they would. SFX. Car door close. Engine start. Phone buzz. New email. Email subject: HR paperwork. Tyler me. Attach SSN and prior employer W-2s to this thread. I'll streamline onboarding. Me reply, short. I'll provide documents directly to HR at 7:0 amperes. M. Is even. Short sentences, long memory. SFX. Home door opens. Evening light. House quiet. Thank you for what? Back home, I taped Olivia's 42-word script inside the pantry door like a fire drill. I wasn't rehearsing rage. I was rehearsing refusal. ME to self clear. No more enabling. Boundaries spoken. Boundaries enforced. Next earned. They wanted me compliant by Monday. I'd be punctual, just not for their role. I set 2 alarms. One for arrival, one labeled receipts. Part 4, let them think they won. Voiceover script. My teen. Saturday morning, I put on my kindest mask. Coffee in hand, I walked into the kitchen like a man grateful for crumbs. Tyler brisk. Managerial. Good. You're up. We'll swing by Menards for cleaning supplies. You start Monday. Ashley printed a checklist. Ashley cheery. Performative. Just trying to help. We color-coded it for you. That. Enablers love color-coding cruelty. I nodded like a good recruit. SFX. Paper slides. Marker caps. Click. VO haven't. The list was insult disguised as logistics. Mop protocols, restroom rotations, break policy. At the bottom, bring SSN plus bank info to streamline onboarding. Thank you for watching. Left. Me. Pleasant. I'll bring what HR needs. Directly to HR. VO. Short sentence. Hard stop. Their smiles twitched. Cut big box store. Cartwheel squeaks. 1B2. We bought a yellow mop bucket, latex gloves, ammonia, the whole costume. Tyler looked victorious loading it into the trunk, like a hunter tagging a deer. TYLR aside. To Ashley whisper he thinks I can't hear. See? Compliance. He just needed structure. Ashley. Smirk. Structure and consequences. Do Dasein. I stared at the bucket and saw a prop, not a fate. SFX. Trunk thud. Remote chirp. Cut back home. Door closes. Quiet footsteps. Wise. When they left for errands, I started phase 2. 2 manila folders on my desk. Left what she turned in. Right. What really happened. SFX. Desk lamp click. Folders open. Camera shutter pops, scanning apps. There's Nove. Ashley had a habit of leaving Henderson & Co. paperwork in our mail tray, expense reports with sticky notes, vendor receipts, that looked like they were printed through a fog. Numbers told a different story under bright light. Me reading, low. Office supplies $847.50. Maintenance $1,734. Consulting $2,200. VOIN. Same vendors, repeating digits, tidy roundups. It smelled like embezzlement that took night classes in subtle. I flagged 8 months of coincidences. SFX, keyboard taps. Email dings. VO filled. I emailed Olivia. Subject: potential embezzlement draft plan. Attachments: scans, a timeline. My questions: Olivia call connects calm, surgical. Good catch. We don't accuse, we document. I'm looping in a forensic accountant, Michael Reyes, CPA, CFE. He'll independently verify vendors and reconcile invoices. You stay clean, no hacking, no bait. Only materials left in common areas. Me. She's brought these home for months. I photographed only what she left out. She left out Olivia. Perfect. Michael will get real vendor statements. If there's a gap, we build a side-by-side. Then, anonymous disclosure to Henderson's managing partner. No adjectives, just math. Thanks for watching, and the men with the ready day. They were for it too. In America, written evidence beats theatrics. I color-coded truth. SFX, spreadsheet cells, click, printer, were. There one was 9. I built a comparison sheet. Left column Ashley's reported totals. Right column vendor confirmations. Blank for now. Center variance. I added a notes column with invoice numbers and dates. It looked like a quiet indictment waiting for ink. Cut later that afternoon. Phone buzz. Michael Rees on speaker. Steady, technical. Mr. Bennett. I'll request statements from Office Hub, Midwest Maintenance, and TriTech Consulting. You'll CC me on a neutral inquiry from a generic Gmail, no relation to you. I'll also pull Henderson's good luck detail if the partner authorizes. Forms the Dax as befriend. Me. What language do we use? Michael. Quality review. Routine reconciliation. Never theft and discovery emails. And we never ask for anything beyond our lane. Vendors will confirm their own invoices. That's enough. My D as well. By dinner, vendor AutoAx started landing. 2 replied with PDFs showing amounts hundreds lower than Ashley's reports. 1 vendor had no record of an invoice number she'd submitted. SFX. Email dings in quick succession. This grating dull mallet. I saved everything to divided by evidence divided by embezzlement. Ashley divided by with read-only permissions, mirrored to a thumb drive labeled photos, grandkids. Thieves check safes. They don't check scrapbooks. Cut kitchen, evening. They're back. Bags down, forced casual, TYL air, too bright. Big day Monday, I'll drive you in. HR loves punctuality. Me gentle. Punctuality is respect. Ashley, setting down, takeout. And transparency is love. Did you pull your pension statements? Me calm. My attorney advised no shared logins and no consolidation. You have her email. To this loof. The room dipped a few degrees. Tyler. Lawyers escalate things. We could have done this as a family. Cons to me. We still can. As long as you respect boundaries. SFX. Text tone Ashley's phone. She glances. Face changes a shade. VO. It was a calendar. Ping. Month end close, divided by Henderson. She looked like someone who just remembered where she hid the bodies. Cut my room. Door locks with a soft click. VO. Phase 3 prep. I drafted the anonymous disclosure to Henderson's managing partner. No drama. Just side-by-side exhibits. Me typing, reading as I write. Subject. Concern re. Expense. Reporting irregularities, documentation, attached. Dear Mr. Henderson, I am writing to alert you to discrepancies in expense reports submitted by Ashley last name, January-August 2025. Attached are 1. Copies of internal reports, as circulated, and 2. Vendor-confirmed statements. Highlighted variances appear to reflect inflated amounts and potential fictional invoices. I recommend an independent audit and a hold on her corporate card pending review. A concerned party. SFX. Attachments drop PDF thuds. Zip. Archive creates. Email. Save as draft. Arden. I didn't hit send. Not yet. Timing is a lever. Monday needed its own sound first. Cut Sunday. Practice run. SFX. Walking shoes creak. Mop handle taps tile light. Practiced. VO Kanshiri. I practiced carrying the mop, the prop they chose for me. Pace, posture, neutral face. If you're going to let a narcissist narrate, feed them lines they'll trip over later. SFX. Printer, one last sheet. TiVo. I printed Olivia's 42-word boundary script and folded it into my wallet. Some men carry a photo. This week, I carry a line in the sand. Cut Sunday night. House quiet. Phone glow. On-screen text, Tyler me. 9:52 p.m. Set alarm. We leave 6:30. Wear the uniform. Bring SSN and W2 seconds. Me text back. I'll be ready. HR gets docs directly. Ashley, separate text, sugar razor. Proud of you for being practical, Doug. See, not so hard. Me, not hard at all. The Renzer. They heard surrender. I heard staging. Let them think they won. It keeps hands off the steering wheel while you quietly build the car. SFX. Zip of document pouch. Safe lock thunk. Phone camera shutter photo of sealed envelope with today's date. Vover. On my desk. Left folder her numbers. Right folder the truth. In my pocket. Boundaries. In my calendar. Monday 7. 0 amperes. M. Whitman lobby. Under that, a second reminder named receipts. Me low. Final. Document. Don't debate. Tomorrow, we switch from costume to credits. VO plier. The mop would make a noise when it hit the marble. But the loudest sound in that building would be the math. Monday smelled like rain and burnt toast. My alarm said 5:45 amperes. M. My calendar said two things. Whitman lobby, and 10 minutes later, receipts. SFX. Alarm chirp silence. Coffee drip. Rain on gutters. Wife can nut too. At 6:15, I watched the yellow mop bucket through the front window like a theater prop waiting for its cue. I didn't touch it. On-screen text Tyler me. 6:22 a.m. Outside in 8. Wear the uniform. Bring SSN W2 seconds direct deposit. DR. I set the phone face down and buttered toast. SFX. Car doors. Engine idle. Honk short, impatient. Tyler from porch, performative cheerful. Let's go, Dad. Big first day. Vothendover called. He knocked twice. I didn't open. Phase 1 needed a clean audio trail. SFX. Knock, knock, knock. Then a text storm. On-screen text, Tyler me. 6:31 a.m. Hasn't Kudding. Open the door. This is childish. I'll call HR. There's not bear. He called HR. Then he left without me. Image over reality. Narcissists always assume the room will applaud. Cut 7:47 a.m. Kitchen table. Paper, pen, coffee. Vo wine. I filled a page with 3 words. Document. Don't debate. SFX. Phone rings loud. I let it. Then answer. Tyler voice up an octave. Office echo. Where are you? Henry's on his rounds. HR printed your I-9 and W-4. You're late. ME mild confusion. What time did we say, son? 8:30? TYLer hissing. 7. We said 7 all week. Me, apologetic. Age does that. I can still come in. What does HR need again? My SS. Tyler. Snaps. Stop. I vouched for you. I told HR you were reliable. Henry is asking why I'm personally managing a janitor hire. Watch in Davil. There it was. His real fear, professional embarrassment. Not my dignity. His image. Me, gentle. I'll be there tomorrow at 7 amperes. M sharp. I'll bring physical docs and hand them to HR directly, as my attorney advised. Tyler, breathing hard. Your attorney is ruining this. Just email me your SSN now. I'll streamline. ME firm. Even. No shared logins, no SSNs by text or email. I'll present to HR with ID for e-verify. That's the law. Dazapia. Short sentences. Long law. SFX. Distant voices. Office murmur bleeds through his phone. Henry. Faint, in background. Tyler, step into my office when you're done. Tyler, panic creeping back. Okay, look, just get here, today, now. Me. Tomorrow, 7. I won't make you late for your meeting. SFX. Call ends. Silence returns like a judge taking the bench. VO. I forwarded the call log to Divided by Evidence divided by Phase 1. Wrote a one-line memo. 7, 52 amperes. M. Tyler demanded SSN via phone. Declined. Cited I-9 rules. Then I printed it and initialed the corner. Written evidence doesn't need drama. It needs ink. Cut 8:23 a.m. Email pings rapid fire. Email subject, re. Attendance divided by HR Tyler me, CC. HR at Whitman. Tyler email voiceover, brittle. Dad, this isn't optional. Please email your SSN DOB and a photo of your ID now so I can upload to HR. This is embarrassing. He'd CC'd a generic HR inbox as camouflage classic enabler trick. Borrow an institution's tone to push a personal boundary. Me reply all, calm CC Olivia. I'll provide ID in person to HR for I-9, as required. I do not share SSN or bank details by email. See attorney CC'd. Olivia. Reply, all, crisp. Mr. Bennett will present documents in person. Do not request or store his SSN or banking details. This thread is preserved. SFX, one more ping HR auto reply. HR auto reply. Neutral. Please do not send SSNs or IDs via email. Bring I-9 documents in person. There's O. That's the sound of policy slapping pressure across the face. Cut 10:06 a.m. My living room. Rain eases. TV off. Diaposition. The phone rang again. I let it hit voicemail. T.Y. Eller voicemail. Clipped. Henry asked why I was involved. I deflected. You made me look foolish. Be here tomorrow. Early. Dof. Translation. Phase 1 complete. SFX. Ring doorbell chime package drop. VU. A courier bag sat on my stoop uniform shirts Tyler had rushed from the vendor. I brought the package in and set it beside the mop like museum artifacts. ME. To self. I don't disrespect honest work. I disrespect weaponized humiliation. Cut 12:14 p.m. Group text lights up. On-screen text, Ashley family. Lunch plan. Also, Dad, please drop your pensions and bank logins in a note on the counter. I'll handle direct deposit. Me family text. No. Ashley, you're making this toxic, Doug. NB Prizer. Me. What made it toxic was nursing home and diminished capacity. Boundaries stay. Vo. She stopped typing. Then started again. Ashley, new text, Saccharin. Okay, baby steps. Just the routing and account numbers then. We'll set up payroll. Tell me. Direct deposit forms go to HR. Not to you. They're not VO. My phone buzzed, Olivia. Olivia call, steady. Good paper trail this morning. Now do not gloat, do not explain. Tomorrow you'll go in, give HR your I-9 docs, and stand in the lobby. If Tyler tries to handle you, repeat the script. Me. What about the other lever? Olivia. Send at 2 p.m., right before Henderson goes into month-end stand-up. Anonymous disclosure. Attachments zipped. Then mute. Veal. Timing is leverage. Gravity does the rest. Cut 1:58 p.m. Desk. Cursor hovers over send. Any. Subject. Concern re. Expense reporting. Irregularities documentation attached. Attachments. Side-by-side variances. Vendor PDFs. Index with dates. No adjectives. Just math. SFX. Click. Email sent. Whoosh. Followed by silence. This timbre then round. Inside Henderson's wood-paneled conference room, a calendar ding would hit like thunder. Out here, the rain had stopped. My house sounded like a held breath. SFX. Phone buzz, new email, different tone. Email subject. Tomorrow 7, 0 amperes. M check-in Henry Whitman me. Henry measured. Cordial. Douglas swing by my office tomorrow at 7. We'll sort the HR formalities and have a quick chat. Meter. He'd used my first name, the one people use who know which checks built which walls. Me, typing back. 7, 0 amperes. Mim. See you then. Cut evening. Front room. Blue hour light. The mop in silhouette. Vo. Ashley clattered in first, eyes red-rimmed and wide. She didn't see me at the table. She saw a ghost behind her. Ashley to herself, near whisper. No, no, no. SFX. Front door opens again. Tyler stomps in. cheeks flushed. Tyler to Ashley. What now? Ashley, cracked. Management called a review. Someone sent documents. VO Prof. Phase 1 had rattled the cage. Phase 2 had reached for the lock. SFX. My phone's silent. I flip it face down. .com. Tomorrow, the lobby floors at Whitman would echo. Not from a mop, from consequences. Me low, final. Document. Don't debate. Be early. Vozing. I set out my passport and social security card I-9 ready. I placed them beside a folded sheet. Olivia's 42-word boundary script. Some men lay out suits the night before a big day. I lay out paper. At 2 p.m. The email left my outbox like a paper airplane made of steel. By 2:03, gravity found a conference room on the other side of town. SFX. Email whoosh faint, thunder rumble, distant. VR. I didn't pace. I labeled files. Evidence divided, by phase 2, divided by. Got neat subfolders. Vendor, PDFs, variants, spreadsheet, disclosure. Sent with a copy of the exact zip I'd attached. SFX. Folder creates. Keyboard taps. A clock ticks once, loud. VO for matter. At 2:17 my phone pulsed. Email subject. Receipt of materials managing partner Henderson and Co. Anon. Read aloud, neutral, formal. Thank you. We acknowledge receipt. We are initiating a restricted review and have engaged external support. Please refrain from further contact. J. Henderson. D. Vasa. No adjectives. Just procedure. That's how real investigations walk. Cut 3:41 p.m. Henderson and Co. Imagined, through voices and SFX. SFX. Calendar chime. Door closes. Low boardroom air. HR voice, muffled. Clipped. Ashley, step in. Bring your corporate card. Partner. Measured. We've placed a hold on your card and a system freeze on your expense portal. Effective immediately. You're on administrative leave pending an independent audit. Ashley, thin. Brittle. Is this a joke? Based on what? HR. You'll receive a letter by email. Return laptop card and any files today. SFX. Badge buzz fail access denied beep. RE to it. At 4:06, my hallway heard heels that didn't know where to land. SFX. Front door slam. Heels staccato. Breath shaky. Ashley. Ragged. They suspended me. Someone sent a dossier. Vendor statements. Variances side by side. Who would do that? We replied in two paid. Me, even eyes on my teacup. I'm sorry you're going through this. Dodas Vive. Sympathy is not surrender. She dropped into the chair like gravity owed her answers. SFX. Phone ping her email. Ashley reads aloud. Voice breaking. Administrative leave without prejudice. Return of company property. External audit engagement. Do not alter or destroy documents. They froze my card. They copied compliance. Veer. Compliance is the quiet sheriff. It doesn't need a hat, just a timestamp. SFX. Door opens, Tyler enters, breathing hard. Tyler sharp, accusatory. What did you say to them? Me, calm. To whom? Tyler. Spinning. Anyone, everyone. This is targeted. First you humiliate me at work, now her. Me and Tyler. I didn't humiliate you. Policy did. And now procedure is speaking to Ashley. Ashley eyes wet, voice goes knife cold. Someone had vendor PDFs, that's internal data. Illegal to obtain. Me. Illegal to inflate is a separate topic. Vor. The room inhaled. I let it sit. SFX. Phone rings my screen. Olivia Pierce. Me, answers on speaker. Olivia. Olivia, precise, composed. Checking in. Mark, did you alter or access any protected systems? To me, no. Only photographed documents left in common areas. Vendors sent confirmations to Michael Reyes, CFE. Olivia for Tyler divided by Ashley's benefit. Good. To all parties within earshot. Tampering with records after notice is spoliation. Do not destroy anything. A civil attorney and a prosecutor would care. Duake. No screaming. Just statutes. Tyler deflating but hostile. We're family, you don't call lawyers on family. Me. You called a nursing home on family. Lawyers are just boundaries with letterhead. SFX. Group text vibrates, family thread lights up. On-screen text. Ashley family. This is a smear. Doug is making it ugly. Me, family text. Ugly was, if he hides accounts, we push diminished capacity. I have audio. SFX, 3 dots. Then nothing. There's one bagged on. Silence is what gaslighting does when a light switches on. Cut 5:12 p.m. Email to me from Olivia. CC. Me. Email subject. Capacity screening report uploaded. Read aloud. Succinct. Cognitive screening normal. Uploaded to patient portal. PDF attached for your records. Thanks for watching. That PDF went into divided by evidence, divided by capacity, divided by, and onto the thumb drive that looks like a vacation photo album. SFX. File save. Thumb drive click. Number 40. At 6:31, I watched Tyler scroll while standing, a habit he has when the story slips away from him. He tried one more angle, the concern mask. Tyler. Measured. Rehearsed. Dad. This stress isn't good for you. Maybe we table the HR thing. Maybe you don't start tomorrow. Me. I'll be at Whitman at 7:0 amperes. M. Henry asked to see me. HR can collect my inches person. You don't need to manage it. Tyler, cracks. Why is Henry texting you directly? Me, simple. Because we go back. Theo Creason. His eyes searched my face for a narrative that would let him stay tall. He didn't find one. Cut 7:03 p.m. Ashley in the hallway. Low call. SFX, her voice, half whisper, through the door frame. Ashley, into phone. I'm on leave. They have vendor statements. Who would even know to ask vendors? No. I won't talk to police without counsel. Vovry happen in the flu. Smart sentence. Late sentence. SFX. Dinner table. Plates set. No one eats. VO. We sat with food cooling like a failed apology. I pass salt. No one asked for it. SFX. Email. Ping my inbox. Henderson HR CC'd. Email subject. Notice of administrative leave. To Ashley, CC generic HR. Read aloud. Matter of fact. Effective today. You are on paid administrative leave pending an independent audit by Reyes Forensics. Return laptop and card by 5 p.m. today. Do not access systems. Do not contact vendors. A failure to comply will result in further action. This right. Reyes Forensics. Michael's letterhead. A clean circle. Ashley voice, gone small. I need my laptop. Me. It's by the door. SFX. Zipper of laptop sleeve. Keys jingle. Door opens then closes. Very people. At 8:22, the house sounded like breathing through teeth. Tyler watched sports without seeing colors. I washed dishes, I didn't cook. SFX. Running water. Plate clinks. Towel squeak. Dot. My phone buzzed with a different kind of ping. Email subject. Tomorrow 7:0 amperes. M. Henry Whitman me. Read aloud. Warm. Steady. Douglas swing by the lobby a few minutes early. I'll meet you there. VR in it carry. I laid passport and social security card atop Olivia's 42-word boundary script. The way you lay tools on a workbench before the job starts. Me to self. Flat. Final. Kindness stays. Enabling ends. Show up early. Say little. Carry paper. SFX. Alarm set 7 a.m. Reminder. Second reminder. Receipts. Cree ver. At 9:47, Ashley's bedroom light flicked on again. A text arrived like a lifeline she threw to herself and hoped I'd catch. On-screen text, Ashley me. If you had concerns you could have come to me. Family doesn't blindside family. Me, text, back. Family doesn't plan nursing homes and pension lockouts. We're done debating. Everything goes through council. Wealth, 3 dots. Then the dark. SFX. House settles. Distant train. Clock ticks slow. Dotard. The ding at 2 p.m. had tilted their day. Tomorrow morning, a different sound would finish the angle. The soft whoosh of glass doors at Whitman, and a mop making the loudest noise in the building by never touching the floor. M. Low. Steady. Document. Don't debate. 8 in the Cree 5. The Botion. I turned out the light. Paper doesn't sleep. It waits. The glass doors of Whitman Dynamics opened with a soft whoosh that felt like a verdict. I checked in at 6:56 amperes. M. 4 minutes early. 2 documents in a slim folder. Passport and social security card. SFX, lobby ambience, espresso steam, shoes on marble. ID badge beeps. Reception, pleasant, neutral. Good morning. Name, to me, Mark Bennett. HR wanted my I-9 docs. Mr. Whitman asked me to stop by. Reception clicks keys. Got you, have a seat, he's on his rounds. Winfra. I sat with my folder on my lap and Olivia's 42-word boundary script folded in the back pocket. Across the lobby, a yellow mop bucket stood by the janitor's closet. My assigned costume. Posing for a photo it would never take. SFX. Elevator ding. Tyler's shoes fast. Hollow on stone. Tyler tight smile. Too loud. There you are. We're late. Give me the documents, I'll upload them. Me even. I hand them to HR directly. Tyler, jaw flex. Dad, stop being difficult. Me calm. Difficult is asking for SSNs by email. HR is right over there. SFX. Another set of footsteps, steady, confident. Henry Whitman, warm, controlled. Douglas. There's not ability Frest. He used the name people use who remember garages and first checks. He shook my hand. His eyes took the room's temperature in a second. Henry, to reception. Could you let HR know Mr. Bennett is here with I-9 docs? Reception, on it. TYL Air performing. Mr. Whitman, apologies for yesterday. I've got Dad's onboarding handled. Henry, glance like a scalpel. Why would you be handling HR onboarding for a non-report? TYLer. Stammers. Just streamlining. Family efficiency. Nubvo. The marble made silence louder. SFX. HR assistant approaches, tablet in hand. HR assistant, professional. Mr. Bennett, I can take your I-9 documents now. Me hands over folder. Passport and social security card. I'll present in person. No electronic copies. HR assistant, nods. That's our preference. Had a grade to the Pribird right. Tyler, reaching. I can upload. HR assistant, shuts that down, kindly. We handle private identifiers directly. Thor, policy versus performance. Policy wins without raising its voice. SFX, photo scan click. Passport slide back. HR footsteps fade. Henry to Tyler, low. Walk with me a second. TYLER. Falling in line, of course. Allbur. They took 3 steps. I could hear every third word. Why? Involved. Boundaries. Optics. Optics. SFX. Their steps return. Henry stops, turns to face us both. Henry, clear enough for the lobby. Tyler, there's one more thing before you go upstairs. Tyler, bland, smile back on. Sure. Get a dead. Henry to me, with respect. Douglas, I hate to put you on the spot, but the lobby's as good a place as any to correct. Narratives. V-arc. The janitor's closet hummed. The mop watched. Henry to Tyler, measured. Do you know who you brought into my lobby yesterday with a mop? TYLR. Defensive chuckle. My father. He wants to contribute. I found him an honest role. Henry, no smile. 25 years ago, your father wrote the check that kept Whitman alive. He owns a significant equity stake. He sits on our investor list alongside my name. We built this building because men like your father believed before anyone else did. SFX. The lobby air changes, a few heads turn. Distant keyboard stops. TYLR, blood drains. No, if he had money, why? Henry, clean cut. Because modesty is not poverty. Because some people don't need to perform power to have it. .vo. Tyler's mouth opened and closed like a bad fish impersonation. Henry, final. And because bringing Mark Bennett into my building with a mop in his hands to solve your household image problem was disrespect layered on ignorance. X. TYLR scrambling. I didn't know, you never told me. ME, quiet. Nobody has to tell you to be decent. SFX. Security radio crackle, a calm presence. Not a threat. Henry. Professional. Not cruel. Tyler Bennett. Effective immediately. Your employment with Whitman is terminated. Security will escort you to collect personal items. HR will provide separation paperwork. You will not contact vendors, clients, or staff about this matter. Security, gentle, practiced. Sir, we'll walk you up. Take your time. TYLER tiny, to me. You did this. ME steady. No. Your choices did. Procedure noticed. There. He looked past me toward the mop, as if the universe might offer him a different prop. It didn't. SFX. Badge fail beep at turnstile. Security overrides with a temp scan. Elevator dings. Henry to me. Softer now. Douglas my office? And of Reeser. Cut Henry's office. Wood, glass, Columbus skyline. SFX. Door shuts with a soft seal. City ambience below. Henry gestures to 2 photos on the credenza. Garage. First lathe. Your handwriting on the back of the first invoice. Me half smile. Ugly handwriting. Good metal. Henry, settling behind desk. I've seen a lot of sons forget what built their desks. I've seen fewer fathers let them learn it the hard way. What do you want, Douglas? HR flagged, there's noise around your household. Me plain. I want order. I want boundaries to be respected. No special treatment for them. No backstage favors. If Tyler asks you for a back door, the answer is no. Henry nods. Already was. HR sent me the email thread where he tried to harvest your SSN by email. We shut that down. To me. Good. Henry leans forward. I'm putting a quiet note in compliance. If any employee attempts to interfere with investor privacy, they get a reminder and a record. Their body lever. I handed Henry a single sheet. Olivia's 42-word boundary script. Not for him to enforce, but for him to understand the line I'd drawn. Henry reads, approves. Short sentences. Lawyers write good fences. Me. She does. SFX. Phone vibrates on Henry's desk. A text flashes. Security. Escort complete. Henry, exhale. I'm sorry it came to that. ME looking out the window. I'm not. He needed a mirror. Marble works. Things were mender. Henry rises. You still planning to actually retire, or do I convince you to chair an innovation panel twice a year and terrify the MBAs? Me smiles. Twice a year, coffee black. Terrify gently. Henry offers hand. Deal. Cut back to lobby. HR returns my documents in a clear sleeve. HR assistant. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. We don't need copies. You're all set. To me. Appreciate the in-person process. HR. Assistant, with a glance toward the elevators. It exists for a reason. VO. The mop still stood in the corner, heroic in its uselessness. I walked past it and paused just long enough to let the marble remember. SFX. Phone buzz, family thread pings. I glance. Don't open. On-screen text, preview Tyler family. Unbelievable. He got me fired. In the minute. Narratives run on adrenaline. Records run on timestamps. Me to self, low. Document, don't debate. SFX. Glass doors whoosh. Morning air, cool, clean. VO. Outside. Dublin's sky had the color of fresh paper. Inside my jacket, boundaries fit like a tailor-made suit. Behind me, a bucket waited for a man who never came, and the building learned the loudest sound in business isn't shouting, it's math with a memory. Me button, steady. I won't be your freeloader. I won't be your scapegoat. I won't be your storyline. I left Whitman with marble still in my shoes and silence doing the heavy lifting. Outside, Dublin's air felt like clean paper. My phone buzzed. Olivia. SFX. Call connect. Car door close. Seatbelt click. Olivia calm. Surgical. Heard the lobby echo from here. You good? Me steady. I am. Henry made it official. Termination. HR took my I-9 inches person. No copies. Policy did the talking. Olivia. Good. Now we read the line out loud once so there's no ambiguity. Are you home in 20? I me. 15. Cut home office. Lamp on. Document pouch on desk. SFX. Computer wake tone. Printer hum. Email pop. Dad QR. Olivia appeared on video like a metronome. Crisp jacket. Cleaner sentences. Olivia. On screen. Mark. Open the doc I sent. Subject. Boundaries and financial privacy. Final. Read it exactly into the camera. Then we send. ME. Reading. Voice firm. Effective immediately. Do not request my logins, pension details, or medical information. Do not attempt to manage my employment or interact with my employer on my behalf. Any necessary communications will go through my attorney, Olivia Pierce, CCA'd. Further pressure will be documented and treated as financial exploitation. Mark Bennett. Olivia nods. Good. Now attach 3 things. Capacity, screening, normal, PDF, the HR auto-reply warning against emailing SSNs, and a time-stamped transcript of the ring clip where they say, nursing home, and diminished capacity. There was not trupped, paper meets pattern beats performance. SFX, attachment thuds, CC field taps, send whoosh, veer dot, the email left like a door closing without a slam. Olivia. Next, estate alignment. Your will says one thing, your title another. We move house and accounts into a revocable living trust with you as trustee. Successor trustee is not Tyler. I recommend a neutral fiduciary. Me. Do it. Olivia typing. I'll have Pierce and Walton Trusts courier the draft today. Also, I filed a cease and desist letter to both of them regarding bank interference. Certified mail, tracking enabled. When to date, some people prove love with flowers. Lawyers prove boundaries with tracking numbers. SFX, Pone Buzz new email from Olivia. C&D, tracking. Our greet 4. I clicked the PDF. The letterhead felt like a guardrail. Olivia, softening. One more thing, Mark. You asked me yesterday why I take these cases. Me. I figured you like fences and verbs. Olivia half smile. Then plain. My mother spent 18 months in a nice facility because my uncle managed her finances. Nursing home threats. For her safety. I was in law school. By the time I got the records, the damage had a ribbon on it. We got her out, but we never got the time back. That's why I don't negotiate with gaslighting. That's your why too, remember it. Vico. Double twist tucked inside a bar number. Suddenly the script had a blood type. SFX calendar ding trust. Courier ETA 3:15 p.m. Olivia, back to logistics. When the courier arrives, sign the trust, pour over will, and general durable POA, naming the fiduciary. This isn't about paranoia, it's about quiet operations. If Tyler tries another family meeting, you say the line, and leave the room. If you need to grab belongings while they're home, request a civil standby from Dublin PD. I put the number in your text. Me. No confrontations, just records. Olivia. Exactly. And if Ashley's firm calls you, you didn't send anything. You don't know anything. Refer them to Reyes Forensics. SFX. Text ping Dublin PD non-emergency number arrives. To the iCard. A boundary is just a sentence with a backbone. We picked one and made it repeatable. Cut. Kitchen. Footsteps in hall. Door opens. Tyler on threshold. SFX. Door hinge. Breath held. Floorboard creak. Tyler hollow bravado. We're talking. Now. Emmy measured. Still. From now on all financial matters remain private. Do not request my logins, pension details, or medical information. Any necessary communications go through my attorney, Olivia Pierce. Further pressure will be documented and treated as financial exploitation. Vo. I said it once. No repeats. No debate. Tyler scoffs, then pleads. Dad, this is family. Want me? Family doesn't weaponize nursing homes. Ashley appears behind him, eyes rimmed. They suspended me. This is your fault. Me. Procedure knocked. Open the door if you're innocent. Close your mouth if you're not. SFX. My phone buzz certified mail delivered. ND. VO. Ashley's eyes flicked to the screen. Clocked the word, certified. And understood the grammar of consequences. TYL are soft, furious. You humiliated me at Whitman. To me. No. Marble did. Math did. I just showed up on time. SFX. A second buzz courier at door. Doorbell chime. Courier from entry. Delivery for Mark Bennett trust documents. There's another pother. Olivia's blueprint. Right on schedule. Tyler, last gambit. If you sign anything that cuts us out. Emmy even. I'm signing something that cuts chaos out. That's all. Non. He looked at me like a man who found the ocean had borders. SFX. Pen clicks. Paper slides. Envelope opens. Wet signature. Vo front. I signed the revocable trust. The pour-over will. The POA that didn't put either of them within a mile of my life. The courier notarized without small talk. Courier. Pleasant. Efficient. You'll get scanned copies in your inbox within the hour. I'm after. I filed originals in the safe. Duplicates to the photo album thumb drive. Habit makes safety look like magic. SFX. Safe beep. Lock thunk. Email whoosh scans arrive. Olivia text. Good. Last step for today. Email Henry a courtesy note, no details, just all interactions about me go through counsel. Keeps the back door closed. Me typing to Henry. Thank you for this morning. Any future contact about me or my finances should route to my attorney, Olivia Pierce. Appreciate Whitman's adherence to policy. Henry reply. Quick. Understood. Consider it done. VO. The house exhaled. Tyler stared at the floor, Ashley at the door. The mop on my porch caught a line of sun and failed to become a symbol for them. Me button, calm. Kindness stays. Enabling ends. Speak once. Put it in writing. VO dill down. Part of me wanted to explain everything, the checks, the garage, the decades. Then I remembered. Explanations feed entitlement. Documents starve it. SFX. Clock tick. Front door closes them outside this time. VONO WARG. I sat at the table and read the line one last time to the quiet. From now on, through counsel. The room learned my voice. The paper kept it. By afternoon, Fallout had a rhythm. Policy, procedure, paper 3 metronomes, keeping time while everyone else tried to shout on top of it. SFX. Email pings evenly spaced. Rain tapers. House breathes. VO. First ping. Reyes Forensics. Email subject. Records preservation. Notice Reyes Forensics. Ashley CC. Henderson HR. Read aloud. Neutral. Please preserve all expense records, vendor communications, and card statements. Do not alter or delete. Interviews scheduled pending counsel availability. Is VO. Second ping. My bank. Email subject. Security alert. Online banking attempt blocked. Read aloud. Unsuccessful login from unknown device. Multi-factor authentication prevented access. A verbal PIN is now required for any phone assistance. We paid for mild. I called the number on the card, not a link. SFX. Phone dial. Short hold. Click. Bank rep clear procedural. Mr. Bennett, we see a blocked attempt. We've added a verbal password, escalated your profile to seniors protection, and locked external transfers without your live authorization. No third parties on file. Me. Keep it that way. Note in the account, no shared logins by design. Bank rep. Noted. We've also added an internal flag. Refer any helpful family to our financial exploitation team. Dis VO. Boundaries with routing numbers. SFX. Text tone family thread lights, then dims. On-screen text, Tyler family. Dad, your bank is overreacting. This is toxic. Me. My bank heard policy. They responded with controls. VO. Ashley paced the hallway like the carpet owed her answers. Her phone rang. She stepped onto the porch. SFX, door ajar, her voice half whisper. Ashley, into phone. I'm not deleting anything. I hear you. I'll have my lawyer call you. Yes, Reyes, right. This not. Good sentence. On time this round. SFX, email ping Olivia. Email subject. Trust recorded divided by deed receipt. Pearson Walton trusts me. CC Olivia. Read aloud, clean. Your revocable living trust is active. County recorder confirmed receipt of the deed. Attached. Trust certificate for third parties. Work. VO. The house now answered to a document that answered to me, not to whoever shouted last in the kitchen. SFX. Soft chime calendar block appears. Ready in the grate. I blocked quiet operations on my calendar for a week. If Tyler tried a family summit, he'd find the room empty and the auto-reply full. On-screen auto-reply. May family. All non-urgent matters go through counsel. Boundaries and financial privacy apply. Cut living room. Tyler straightens, tries a new mask. Tyler measured. Low. Look, I shouldn't have said nursing home. That was dramatic. But you made this bigger than it had to be. Me, plain. I didn't make it big, records did. I'm not here to punish you. I'm here to not be punished by you. Tyler needle, finds old groove. So you cut us out of the will. Me. I align documents so chaos doesn't inherit anything. If you want back in any story, write better chapters. Weekend turning. He blinked. Narcissists hate metaphors they can't center themselves in. SFX. Phone buzz Dublin PD non-emergency text thread. Dispatch text. Civil standby request received. We can accommodate within 24-48 hours if needed. Non-emergency line. 614. XXXXX. VOWAR. I wasn't planning a scene. I was planning an exit if a scene tried to plan me. Cut kitchen table. I lay out 3 items. SFX, paper slides, will certificate, trust certificate, ring transcript. Where's the fucking? Trust certificate 1 page. Banks love it. Will, alignment letter. Ring transcript with timestamps. Me reads, for the room. I'm not weaponizing this. I'm memorializing it. If you press, I pull the lever marked police civil standby. You won't like how procedural that feels. Ashley, small, flat. I could lose my license. Me. Then tell the truth faster than the audit finds it. SFX. Her chair scrapes. She leaves the room. VL. Tyler lingered rage, being slowly replaced by a math he didn't want. Tyler, fragile. I thought you needed me. Me. I needed you to be decent without a net worth statement. That's cheaper than any safety net I can buy. SFX. Text Olivia. Olivia. Text. Reminder. No lectures. You gave the line. Let consequences do the teaching. Me, text back. Copy. Quiet operations. That NW. He stood there. A man discovering that volume is not velocity. I opened the front door, not to throw him out, but to invite air in. SFX. Door opens. After rain birds. A car passes. Tires hiss. The Frio. If they escalated, we had civil standby. If they respected the line, we had a truce. Either way, I had title. Trust. Timestamps. SFX. Email ping Henry Whitman. Email subject. Courtesy received. Henry. Brief. Understood counsel. We've noted investor privacy. No back channels. Thanks for watching a reshed. VO4. Back doors closed. Sound like safety. SFX. Phone camera click. I photograph the trust certificate with today's paper. Diocletian. People say paper is cold. It isn't. It's calm. Me final to camera in my head. To you. Kindness stays. Enabling ends. If they move, I don't argue, I document. If they stop, I don't gloat, I breathe. Vo. Behind me, the mop on the porch caught the last thin line of sun and failed. Again. To become my future. Ahead of me, Tuesday looked like a checklist without anyone else's fingers on the pen. By Tuesday morning, the house sounded normal again. Coffee. Mail slot. A neighbor's dog accusing a squirrel of trespass. Normal doesn't mean nothing happened. It means boundaries are working in the background like good software. SFX. Coffee pour. Mail slot. Clink. Quiet street. VO. Here's the truth I wish I'd learned earlier. Kindness without boundaries is enabling. Boundaries without documentation are just wishes. I ran the week like an after-action review. SFX. Pen on paper. Checklist ticks. VR fullant. What happened? Short verge. They tried to manage my retirement with humiliation and access grabs. I answered with records. Ring audio. Capacity screening. HR policy. Bank controls. Procedure moved. Ashley on leave pending audit. Tyler terminated for disrespect layered on ignorance. I aligned the estate, revocable living trust, pour over will, POA, and a sentence that starts with, from now on. That's rough. What I learned, longer. Gaslighting wears good manners. When someone says, we're just keeping you safe, ask who holds the keys after safety. If the answer is not you, that's not care. That's custody. Help is an access request in a costume. No shared logins isn't rude, it's risk management. Banks have senior protection teams for a reason. HR has I-9 rules for a reason. Let policy do the arguing. Narcissists need an audience. Records need a timestamp. I stopped performing. I started saving. Every loud sentence became quiet leverage. Family isn't a financial instrument. If someone only behaves when they're listed in the will, you don't have a relationship. You have a liability. Boundaries are sentences you can say once. I practiced mine. I said it out loud. Then I put it in writing and let consequences take the mic. SFX. Printer were a one-pager slides out. They're interterri. Tensum. Here's the script Olivia gave me. If you need it, steal the cadence, not my name. Me reading it, one last time. From now on, all financial matters remain private. Do not request my logins, pension details, or medical information. Any necessary communications will go through my attorney. Further pressure will be documented and treated as financial exploitation. Wheeze. That's 42 words. It beats a 42-minute argument every time. SFX. Folder snap. Safe lock thunk. They 1C. Legal and financial takeaways. US. Specific. HR divided by I-9. Never email SSNs or ID photos. Present in person. If someone insists on streamlining, they've confused convenience with compliance. Bank accounts. Add a verbal password, enable MFA, and ask for a senior financial exploitation flag. Decline third-party view access unless a court orders otherwise. Capacity. If they weaponize concern, get a neutral screening. First, short, clinical, boring. Boring wins. Estate alignment. Your title, will, and beneficiaries should sing the same song. A revocable living trust prevents household tyrants from playing landlord with your roof. Evidence preservation. Email yourself files. Keep an offline copy, thumb drive. The magic words if anyone threatens paperwork. Spoliation of evidence. Civil standby. If you must retrieve property from a tense home, call your city's non-emergency number and ask for a civil standby. It turns screaming into procedure. SFX. Pages turn. A quiet breath. VO.com. Psych takeaways. For the part of you that still feels guilty. Guilt is a reflex, not a verdict. Ask, what boundary did I violate? If the answer is none, you're not guilty, you're uncomfortable. Enablers confuse harmony with health. Harmony without honesty is a hostage situation. A narcissist will call your boundary toxic. Translate that as effective. You don't have to debate with people to be clear to people. SFX. Phone vibrates. New email. I read, then smile. VO. Henderson & Co. scheduled Ashley's formal interview with Reyes Forensics. No fireworks, just a calendar invite and a line that says, preserve all records. Consequences don't need caps lock. SFX. Another vibration. Henry Whitman. Email subject. Innovation panel 2 mornings a year. Read aloud. Warm. Douglas, if you're actually retiring, let me steal 2 mornings a year to let our MBAs touch reality. Coffee on me. Me typing back. Twice a year. Black coffee. No mops. VO. Sometimes justice doesn't sound like a gavel. Sometimes it sounds like the whoosh of glass doors, the beep of a badge that doesn't work anymore, the ding of a calendar invite you didn't expect but earned. SFX. Front door opens breeze. Porch quiet. The yellow bucket in shade. Does you too. I stepped onto the porch. The mop was still there. Museum piece of a story that didn't happen to me. I left it for bulk pickup. Let the truck decide its fate. SFX. Camera shutter a photo of the trust certificate next to today's paper. Vorfrust. I took one last photo for the file named After. Action. Closeout. PDF. Not because I plan to need it, but because documents sleep light. Me final. Calm. Kindness stays. Enabling ends. I won't be your freeloader. I won't be your scapegoat. I won't be your storyline. VO button. If you're here and this feels familiar, start with one sentence, one file, one call. Don't raise your voice, raise your record. Then let the house get quiet the way houses do when ownership has finally gone back to the person who paid for it. The biggest lesson I learned is that no is a complete sentence. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace, your money, or your dignity. Kindness without boundaries is enabling, and people who benefit from your silence will call your boundary toxic the minute it works. When that happens, don't argue document. Paper beats performance. Policies, I-9 rules, bank MFA, senior protection flags, exist to keep you safe. Use them. If someone tries to help by asking for your logins, your pension, or your medical info, hear it for what it is. An access request. Decline politely. Once. In writing. Then let procedure do the talking. Protecting mental health isn't just meditation and walks. It's reducing cognitive load by closing back doors. A clear script, a revocable trust that aligns with your will, a capacity screening to shut down weaponized concern, and a plan for civil standby if home turns hostile. You're not heartless for refusing exploitation. You're healthy for refusing chaos. So, tell me, AITA, for what I did. Was I wrong to stop enabling and let consequences arrive with timestamps instead of shouting matches? What would you have done in my situation? If you've dealt with an entitled or narcissistic family member, what boundary sentence actually worked for you? Drop your best survival tips in the comments. Scripts that held, policies that helped, mistakes to avoid, and wins tiny or huge. If you need a starter pack, try this. From now on, all financial matters remain private. Any necessary communications go through my attorney. Short, calm, repeatable. Your turn, share your story. Let's build a thread that replaces guilt with guidelines and noise with notes.